One of the biggest misconceptions about facial aging is that it's mainly a volume issue. Over the past 15 to 20 years, we've been told that if you appear older, then you must be losing volume, and filler is the solution. Hi, I'm Dr. Delaney, and let me tell you a little bit more about how I approach facial aging. Yes, we do lose volume as we age, but it's probably not as much as most people think. The real driver of facial aging really is soft tissue laxity and soft tissue descent. A powerful real-world example is when we look at fighter pilots experiencing high G-forces. We see deeper nasolabial folds, jowling, sagging, and they look older and looks like they've lost some volume. However, as we see the G-forces go away, all of a sudden the volume's restored and they're back to normal. So obviously we know you don't lose volume while flying a jet. However, the simple descent makes you look older, makes it look like they're losing volume, but in reality they're really not. So here's the key point. These fighter pilots haven't lost any volume. Their aging changes came solely from soft tissue descent. And once that soft tissue descent was reversed, they didn't need any additional volume. And I think a lot of that also holds true for facial aging. Yes, there is volume loss, but it's not as much as we think. And that brings us back to the matter of fillers. Fillers add volume, but they don't lift the way surgery does. Now, some may try to use filler instead of surgery, and you get some temporary lift out of it, but that does oftentimes create unnatural contours, especially in the cheeks or around the mouth. And by all means, absolutely, fillers do have a role, and I think when used judiciously, they could complement surgery very well. But it's important for us to understand what they do and they don't do, and they cannot simply replace surgery because they simply do not lift. Natural facial rejuvenation comes from restoring facial anatomy, and that means restoring tissue back to where they used to be. And it doesn't come from fighting gravity with syringes of filler.